Why in the world do we even have the battles if the person who wins the battle doesn't move forward? And hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. I hope there ain't nothing in my teeth. I've been munching. I baked some chicken and some rice today. And I've been munching while I'm watching the show, right? Y'all would tell me if I had some in my teeth, wouldn't y'all? I hope y'all would. Anyway, okay, so tonight we have the battle rounds beginning for the voice, and our mentors are here. At TeamAdam had Stevie Nicks, TeamBlake had Little Big Town, Gwen Stefani had her husband Gavin Rossdale, he's the lead singer of the band Bush, and Pharrell, TeamPharrell has Alicia Keys as their mentors. And I thought they're all doing a very good job so far. We started out with TeamPharrell, Elyjuh Rene versus Maiya Sykes. They did If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. And Alicia was there, the boy screamed when he came into the room. I was like, oh Lord have mercy, give us drama, give us drama. So Alicia played the song for them in the first rehearsal, and both of them were on their A game singing. Pharrell asked Elyjuh to make sure he hits the special notes in the chorus because the audience will be expecting it, and he had to reiterate that during the band rehearsal because he still wasn't doing it. So they started out with some great little mood setting riffs to begin in the performance, and the audience went crazy when Elyjuh started singing, and he had some really beautiful changes on the melody. He was just all into it. Their harmonies were so tight. Maiya brought some really nice power to the mix, but she held back. She showed a little restraint while Elyjuh was really killing the riffs and just bringing all kinds of, I think Gwen called it theater, but he was really into it. Pharrell and Gwen both stood for them. I thought this was a really good battle. Gwen said they're so different but were like a Lego and just connected, and called Elyjuh's vocal beautiful. Adam said Elyjuh had an ethereal quality and gave it to him. Blake said he felt like he had a front row seat at a Grammy performance and called them both world-class singers. And Pharrell chose Elyjuh Rene because his tone is amazing and he sang for his life. That's his words. And no one stole Maiya. Now I didn't understand that because she was a 4-chair turn and no one stole her. Ooh, it's like here today, gone tomorrow. These judges is cutting people left and right. TeamAdam was up next with Chris Jamison versus Wyndham, and they did Young Girls by Bruno Mars. And Stevie Nicks quoted MJ in the rehearsal saying, "If you were prepared and rehearsed, there's no need to be worried." And I do a video about that. I hope you guys will check it out. I'll post a link up here. It's about stage performance, stage fright. And in band rehearsal, they both got good notes from Adam, and he gave them both one thing to concentrate on just before they went into the battle backstage. And they cut this up so much so early in the performance that it was kind of hard to follow. You know, the voices were coming in and out so fast. You know, it wasn't like one did a little verse and one did. It's just like they were going back and forth, and I was like, it's kind of jarring. They had good harmony though, and both had a nice tone on the song. Jonathan had some nice falsetto harmony at one point, but I was enjoying Chris's performance, and his voice just sounded better in my ear. He just had a purer tone, and he was really giving that little, you know, extra little performance thing, doing his stuff on stage. So Blake said Chris's mic was distorting. Pharrell told Chris he was killing it and leaned towards him. Gwen told Chris his stage presence was amazing, and Adam chose Chris Jamison. And I know it's early, but if you enjoyed the commentary, make sure to thumb it up. I gotta remind you because I forget myself, so please thumb it up. Let other people know that we are watching The Voice, and they'll come on over and they'll discuss with us. Alright, thank you so much for your thumbs. TeamGwen was up next with Gene Kelly versus Sugar Jones. They did Survivor by Destiny's Child. And Gavin called Sugar's approach wild, but said her tone was very particular, and he meant that in a good way. In band rehearsal, they was trying to get Sugar to not close her eyes so much while she was performing, while Gene was ahead of the beat. So I was wondering why they both backed up when the lights went down. They both like backed up like they were about to go charge or something like that. Gene came out pretty strong, and Sugar followed her up with both of them riding the rhythm very well. Did Joan mess up her words on the second verse? I was wondering if it was a blip in the sound or if she forgot the words. I think she forgot the words. She was a little more intense in her performance without being drab, while Sugar was intense but in more of a serious way, less performance oriented in my opinion. And of course y'all know this is, I had to write this, these are my opinions, just my opinions from what I am watching, but you know, you can take it with a grain of salt, but this is what I saw. Adam said it was right down the middle, and Blake said it was dead even also. Pharrell called it a great performance as they came together melodically and emotionally. And Gwen chose Sugar Jones. She said because her voice is effortless and natural. So then Gene was trying to talk to Gwen, and Adam went for the steal, and while he was talking, Pharrell went in for the steal also. And Gene chose Pharrell because of something about his vibe that'll make her a better performer. Next up, we had TeamBlake with Little Big Town as mentors. I didn't write that for everybody else, right? Craig Wayne Boyd versus James David Carter, and they did Wave on Wave by Pat Green. And they were telling Craig to pick his moments because he was doing too much in the first rehearsal, while James was having trouble with some of the higher notes. But they both picked up the guitars for the band rehearsal and seemed more comfortable, but still got a lot of notes from the mentors. And then they had a jam session on one of Little Big Town songs with everybody joining in, and it was just a great moment. Everybody was singing. The band was singing. Blake got to sing. The boys were singing. They got up and sang with them. That was just, I don't know if that's ever happened before on The Voice, and it was just really nice. It was a nice moment. So they brought the guitars for the battle, and I thought this was going to be acoustic, but it wasn't. James had a good start, but when Craig came in, I was loving his tone and the little gruff in his voice better. I also liked his leather jacket, you know? This had an almost rock vibe, but was just a little laid back for me. It wasn't enough, I don't know what it was, enough energy up under. The best thing was their camaraderie during their performance, and even afterwards they just seemed really buddy-buddy. Pharrell said it was like a boxing match and it was a draw for him. Gwen said Craig was really shining tonight. Adam said they were dead equal and it was an amazing performance. And Blake chose James David Carter because he had a better handle on where he wants to go as an artist. And after they all said goodbye to Craig, Gwen stole Craig, and I was very happy for him. Thank you, Gwen! TeamGwen was up next with Adam Lee Pierce versus Taylor John Williams. They did Jolene by Dolly Parton. And Taylor came in with some changes right away into rehearsal, right? And Amanda was on the same page with him. Gavin mostly talked to them about individuality and called Amanda's voice a voice of the ages, while Gwen was kind of blown away by Taylor and tried to get them to have some chemistry on stage, and then she had to show them how to do it, though Taylor seemed a little nervous about looking at Amanda, right? I was like, okay, what's going on here, you know? They started out in the performance a cappella and had a little glitch because in the beginning they were a little out of sync, and I think Taylor was kind of leading and Amanda was following him, so she's just a little bit behind him. They both had such distinctive voices and used the mic stands the way Gwen had asked them, though it felt like it was kind of limiting. They both seemed like they were kind of holding on to the stands, the mics for dear life, right? I was like, what's going on? The ship is going down and we holding on. But finally Amanda decided to leave the mic stand behind. She took the mic and went out front, and Taylor followed her, and I felt they freed up a little bit after that. I loved her attack on the lyrics and felt like she bested him on this performance. Adam said their voices blended well together and mentioned Amanda's passion and engagement. Blake favored Amanda. Pharrell said Amanda kept getting lost in the song and called Taylor a star, and Gwen chose Taylor John Williams. Even though Amanda bested him in this performance, vocally, with passion, and her performance style and everything, and no one stole Amanda, and I was so upset. I was like, why in the world do we even have the battles if the person who wins the battle doesn't move forward? And she clearly won the... Oh my God, what did you guys think? Tell me down in the comments, were you upset? I don't get that upset about things that much, but this was really just eking my nerves. Okay, next up we had TeamPharrell with Griffin versus Luke Wade, and they did Maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney. And Luke was sounding a little strained in the first rehearsal, and Pharrell told him he needs to work on his falsetto, while Griffin really didn't know the song. Griffin was killing it in band rehearsal while Luke was still having trouble with his falsetto, and Alicia Keys suggested they do an Aretha version of the song, and they both opened up so well in the song and really started giving it, and Griffin was wailing away on it. Then in performance, Luke started out with his own take on the phrasing and seemed to have really made the song his own, but he sounded a little hoarse in the top of his range. He also got a lot of time up front before Griffin even came in, but when Griffin came in with his verse, he was strong, made it his own, and showed off his falsetto in the middle of the phrase, and then he brought it home even more by just going back up into that falsetto again. I mean, and this was I wrote that was a good strategic choice because Luke was hoarse and he couldn't get into his falsetto, and I think he said that he always skips the falsetto because he doesn't really have that. And Griffin took advantage, totally took advantage of that, and just wailed the way up there and showed them that I have something that he doesn't have. Really good strategic choice. So for the judges, Gwen said Griffin's voice came out like butter. Adam said Luke was the best singer in the competition, but Griffin brought it. Blake called it one of the greatest battles ever on the show and said Griffin made it seem like he got the better part of the song. Pharrell chose Luke Wade, and I was upset especially after Gwen just, oh my God, because Griffin definitely won this battle. All the judges knew it. Luke knew it. And oh my God. Oh my God. So then Blake stole Griffin and Gwen waited and then chimed in to steal Griffin, but Griffin chose Blake as his second coach. And were you guys upset? Tell me down in the comments, because I'm thinking, why in the world are we having the battles if the person who wins the battle doesn't move forward? That just, and I know the judges think of all kinds of things. There's the backstage drama, there's who they vibe with the most, there's probably often like who doesn't rub them the wrong way, or who has the best work ethic and stuff like that. But I mean, if they clearly win the battle, they should move forward. I just, oh, that is so upsetting. Long game and strategic and all that good stuff. I just, oh man, oh, I'm outdone. Okay, so that's it for the commentary. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. Oh my. Oh, place your comments down in the comment section to let me know what you thought. Thanks so much for sticking around. Tomorrow night the show is only 1 hour and it starts at 8 p.m. I will see you guys then. I am out. Peace.